So here we will look at unitary operator. So all the information is contained in this wave function psi. Suppose we want to represent this in position eigengate. What we have to do? We have to multiply with an identity operator. This identity operator we have seen in the previous video. This identity operator has this form. So since these x are continuous, so this summation is replaced by an integration. So you see, this is your unitary operator. This is how you represent when the number of eigengate is finite. So 1 I equal to 1 to n, and right. So when this is infinite, you represent it this way. Is this clear? So same thing we have done here. Now what I want here is to make a translation. Translation means I want to translate x to next position, x plus dx. So for that what I will do, I will operate this with an unitary operator, so which will make this translation, right? So this operator makes this translation. So what are the properties of unitary operator? Property with its inverse, of course this is going to be 1, but if you take this operator and multiply with its adjoint, which you represent this way, right, which you represent this way, this is also equal to 1. So these two defines unitary operator. So this is the adjoint. So if it is some polynomial function, in that case this will be complex conjugate. Okay, so in this case what we will do, we have seen this is our state function and it contains all information, and we represented this in position eigengate, and it looks something like this. What we know, this, what is this? This is the probability of finding the particle. Okay, and of course this is going to be 1. Why? Because this is the state gate which contains all the information. So when you multiply with bra, this becomes what? Integration throughout the space. It becomes this, and of course this is going to be 1. So if you integrate throughout the space, and throughout the space it is going to be present somewhere, that's why it's equal to 1. You will say how you get this, how you get this. Okay, so it's very easy. So this is your state, right? And you multiply bra with cat. So now what I will do, I will insert an identity operator here. Okay, so identity operator, and I expand it in position basis. Since this unitary operator will be represented by integral sign, right? So this thing, how it is represented. So this thing we have inserted here, and dx is taken out. Now you see here, so you have this one and this one, right? So this is nothing but psi x. and if you take complex conjugate, this is this. So this is how you get the probability amplitude, and this is has to be 1 because somewhere in the space it is going to be present. So this is 1. So this is how you interpret this one. Okay, so now if you take this one, now we will work with this. We will apply translation operator, and we will see how the translated eigenket looks like. So this was our wave function. This was our eigen function, eigenket, which contains all the information, and we have represented this in position basis. Now if I apply some translation, so let's suppose I apply translation dx. So what will happen? This translation operator will come here. Okay, so you see this becomes clear. So when this will operate on this, what you are going to get? You are going to get a translation by dx. Okay, so you got from here to here, right? So the claim is that this is equal to this is the claim. So now question is how this will come. You see, whatever initially it was x, right? So this translation operator incremented by dx relative to what? Relative to this it was incremented. It was x, so it become x plus dx. So if it is x minus dx, right? So this will become what? X minus dx, this will become x. So this increment is relative to this one. So both are equivalent. So what you got? You got x minus dx psi. Clear? Now you see this one you can write as a psi x minus dx, and you can use Taylor expansion here to write it in this way. Clear? So that same thing I will do here. So this is what we got. Now you see, I will take this inside, minus so what is this? This is nothing but the state psi projected in x, correct? So you can write it back. And what is this? You can take this partial derivative out, then inside what you get? Is this correct? Now same thing we will do. We will expand this in eigenket. Then you see this whole thing is an identity operator. So what remains is this one. So again you will get this one. So essentially what you get, you can take this one out, this partial differentiation out, and inside you get psi, and this is equal to minus so here one dx, here one dx, and there should be one more dx here, one dx, another dx. So partial derivative, and this is going to be identity. So what you are left with is psi dx. So you differentiate this wave function with respect to psi, with respect to x, and multiply with dx. So this is what you get. So what this operator is doing, this operator is simply translating by dx. So this is what this operator is doing. So one thing to note here is that how this translation operator looks like. How it looks like. So one thing what you know is that if you multiply with its transform, with its inverse, if you take inverse with the unitary translation operator, the result what you get is 1. So one guess of what its structure will be look like is this one. It should have something of this shape. So you see, if I take inverse, and for unitary operator inverse is equal to adjoint, and if it is not a matrix but some polynomial function, then this becomes complex conjugate. So that means if you multiply complex conjugate with the translation operator, you get 1. So complex conjugate of this one is what? I, so become plus I g dx minus I g dx. So if you see, this get cancelled, so 0 dx, this is equal to 1. So from this you can guess, like this will have the shape. Which kind of shape? Minus I g dx. Now we don't know what this g is, but what we know is that this translation operator will have shape of this form. We are going to exploit this. So e to the power minus I g dx, this acting on this wave function results in same wave function minus dx, and we have seen how this looks like. So you can expand this one. You can, when you expand this one, so approximately what you will get, approximately it will be 1 minus I g dx, right? So this, and this is equal to minus I g dx. Clear? So now you compare this with this whole. So this psi with psi get cancelled. So this psi with psi will get cancelled, and this term and this term are equal. So on equating, what you get, so this is the thing that you get. So if you cancel dx from both sides, so you get the form of this d by dx. So this d by dx is nothing but I g, this minus will get cancelled, so this is having this shape. So this g is nothing but minus I dou by dou x. So we got this shape of unitary operator. So how this translation operator look like? This translation operator looks like minus I g dx, and just now we have seen how g looks like. So we can convert this in momentum operator form. You know that how momentum operator looks. It has this shape, correct? So if you multiply both sides with h cross, right? So what you get is P. So what is our G then? G is nothing but P by h cross. So we got the translation operator. It's dx. So this state x, if you want to translate to a next state, to the state what? X plus dx, what you have to do? You have to multiply with this translation operator, and it looks like this. So similarly, if you want to translate in time, let's suppose this is your psi. Okay, at t equal to 0, it has this shape. You want to know how it looks at psi t equal to dt. So what you have to do? You have to multiply with an unitary operator. So in this case, you have to multiply with an unitary operator. So again, this is also going to have a exponential form, e to the power minus I g. Now it will be dt. Earlier case it was dx. Okay, so now you compare p canonical to x, px. So what is the canonical to t? So canonical to t is energy. So here you will have energy eigenvalue. Sorry, energy operator, Hamiltonian operator. So to translate psi t equal to 0 to next psi t equal to dt, you have to multiply with this operator. So in general, so if your state is at t, so its time evolution is given by whatever state it was at t equal to 0, you just have to multiply with so this is the time evolution of state function or state vector. So whatever you wish to call, you can call.